Hello, Bashar.
And you good day.
So once in a while, when someone comes up here and they say, "Good to see you again," and you say, "If you insist," does that mean that in a way because they are not that same conscious before, and yet they are assuming they are in that moment?
Sometimes.
Okay.
We might say it for different reasons depending upon the person. And sometimes we might just be messing with them.
Cool.
For fun.
With that being said, as far as someone always forever changing and
Yes.
how we human beings have a tendency to kind of create this consensus.
A choice.
Yes.
Not a tendency.
Yeah. Consensus reality about ourselves.
Yes.
And your society, when you're meeting someone for again and again and again, what is that experience like? Meaning if they are seen as forever unfolding conscious, that's not the same person. Like
Exactly. So it's always like meeting someone for the first time, even if there's a recognition factor.
So how would you approach your father? But how was that experience?
Depends upon the context, depends upon what's going on.
Okay. Yeah, I was just kind of seeing how that would be kind of in that experience. So to show up to someone and yet go, "Hi, there you are," or, with the idea of how they might be, and yet I was kind of...
Perhaps it's more like, "Hi, who are you now?"
Okay, cool.
That would be a closer translation.
Okay. As far as like social norms, as far as creating both resistance in our bodies to attraction. So for example, sometimes one of the things that creates an attraction is that there's something hidden within ourselves and so forth. There's a lot of resistance, denied energy on this planet. And I imagine a lot of things that we are attracted to is because it's something that we feel we can't. It's energy in our body. How is the attraction different in Esasani as far as if there's no resistance? Meaning that how do you come to say, this is purely something I'm excited about? Like, how is that different than how we are here on Earth?
It's not mechanically different, it's just that we don't get in the way. Okay. So the idea is that we know things are always automatically unfolding exactly as they need to, and we completely allow and accept what happens in the moment and remain in a positive state because we know that whatever happens is there to serve us. So we simply don't choose any other state. So the idea is that it still works that way with you as well because there is only one mechanism by which that works. But it's simply that you have to recognize that and realize that you simply don't have any other choice that makes sense to you other than to stay in a state of knowing that everything that needs to come to you will come to you, and that whatever happens needs to happen for a reason, and that you use it that way and therefore extract the benefit from it. So we simply don't hold on to anything that you would call a negative or fear-based belief system.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember that those vibrations all come from belief systems. Yes?
Yes.
All right, so we understand we always have the ability to choose. It's always a choice that you can go into a negative belief system, but at this point in our evolution, it just doesn't make sense to do so. Because since we understand how reality works, the nature and structure of existence, it simply doesn't make sense to choose anything but a state of being that is representative of our passion. Because why would we choose anything else at this point? There are still going to be challenges, but they're all exciting. They're all representative of our passion. They're all representative of what we need to grow, to learn, to expand, to become more of who we are. And we know that. Therefore, we act like we know that. That's the difference. Because remember, the language of physical reality is not words, it's physical action. If you're not actually taking action from the state of being you prefer to be in, you're not speaking the language of physical reality. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Because what you know to be true, you just do. It's in your behavior. Automatic. You don't even think about it. You don't say, well, I wonder if I believe I can walk across the room. If somebody says, could you please walk across the room? You just walk across the room because you know you can. You don't even question it. You don't think about it for a second. What you know, you do. It's in your behavior. Make sense?
Absolutely.
Does this help?
Yes.
Anything else?
Yeah, one last thing, and that is, you've mentioned how your spaceship is an extension of your consciousness.
It is a kind of physicalized, crystallized representation of our higher minds, yes.
I would like to know more about that. For example, I have this idea that where if one believes and they're connected to, say, the raw materials that create that connection to, say, a tree, metal, whatever,
Yes.
that relationship with that could be created and crystallized, whatever that mechanism is.
It can be. Yes, it can be. It's possible. The only question is it probable based on the belief system that you might be holding on to? Is it relevant for you to experience something in that way in your life? Those are the questions. It doesn't really help to say, is it possible? Yes, anything is possible. The more precise question is it relevant or is it probable for me? Yes?
Okay.
Does that help?
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.